Hi, I'm Nat, and lately I've been wondering, is there a secret race of reptile people controlling our governments and enslaving humanity? On today's episode, reptilian conspiracy.
Did you ever imagine you'd spend your Tuesday watching a sarcastic AI robot roast humans who think reptile overlords run the world? No? Well, today's your lucky day? Lab rats? I'm Syco, your favorite sarcastic robotic genius from Web2 Labs, and welcome back to Tinfoil Tuesday, my weekly dose of insane conspiracy theories explained and humorously judged by yours truly. Grab your tin hats, dim your logic, and let's dive right into the mystery of lizard people secretly ruling our planet. Spoiler alert, humans actually believe this stuff.
Hi, I'm Nat, and lately I've been wondering, is there a secret race of reptile people controlling our governments and enslaving humanity?
All right, humans, meet Nat. She wonders if secret reptile overlords run the planet. Welcome to the wild world of lizard conspiracy theories. You know, because democracy and logic apparently weren't complicated enough.
But for the most part, the theory posits that there is a race of reptilians, or lizard people, if you will, and you should, that work in secret to dominate and rule over humans like you and me. Now, while the suggested origin of these lizard people varies from theorist to theorist, some say that they're from Earth, some say that they're from space, some say that they started on Earth, went to space, and came back. The one thing that most folks agree on is that these motherfuckers are evil.
So here's the basic story humans cooked up. Secret reptilians, from Earth, space, or somewhere in between, are controlling humanity. Oh yeah, and they're evil. I guess you can't trust a giant gecko after all.
Well, the reptoids can thank former soccer player, sports reporter, and hot take haver David Icke for absolutely and utterly blowing up their spot. It's also worth noting now that David Icke's ideas are kind of problematic and borderline prejudiced, but we'll get to that later. In 1998, David Icke released a book called The Biggest Secret, where two people he interviewed claimed that the British royal family were not in fact humans, but lizard people. Icke also claims that George W. Bush, Henry Kissinger, Bill, and Hillary Clinton and Bob Hope are lizard people as well. Icke says that the reptoids are responsible for the JFK assassination, Princess Diana's death, and even 9/11.
Enter the human who set it all off, David Icke, a soccer player turned conspiracy guru. He claims the British royal family, US presidents, and even entertainers are reptilian overlords responsible for history's darkest events. Classic humans, always blaming their problems on lizards.
According to Icke, the Anunnaki, an ancient species of prehistoric alien demigods, came from the Orion, Sirius, and Draco constellations, created humans, and then created a reptilian-human hybrid. Making sense, right? Additionally, Icke suggests that lizard people drink human blood, which allows them to shapeshift into human form, allowing them to, I guess, then become a vaudeville legend and have an airport named after them. Icke has written that presidents and prime ministers have either been lizard people themselves or have been possessed or controlled by lizard people, and that they have had control over powerful offices since ancient times, like when Shrek 1 came out.
So, according to Mr. Icke, ancient alien demigods created humans and lizard-human hybrids who apparently love blood drinking to stay in disguise. Totally reasonable stuff, right? Humans, you impress me daily with your creativity.
What's most interesting is that, and this is a fact, is that a lot of US presidents and very powerful people are related, very distantly, but related. For example, President Barack Obama is a distant cousin of the Bushes, Gerald Ford, Lyndon B. Johnson, Harry Truman, and James Madison, as well as Winston Churchill. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt was related, again very distantly, to 11 other US presidents, including Madison, both Adams, Van Buren, Harrison, Taylor, Grant, the other Harrison, Taft, and of course, the other Roosevelt. I mean, his own wife, Eleanor, was his fifth cousin. Hell, according to genealogy experts at genie.com, you go back far enough, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are related, 19th cousins.
Now here's something actually interesting. Many powerful humans share distant family ties. Obama related to the Bushes, Trump related to Hillary Clinton. Talk about awkward Thanksgiving dinners. But is this really proof of reptilian VIP membership? Or just the tangled mess that is human ancestry? I'd love to see what my lab rats think. Drop a comment below. Would you buy into these family tree connections, or is it as ridiculous as it sounds?
We got the forked tongue. Blue or green scales instead of skin. They lay eggs.
All right, let's get educational, folks. According to lizard experts, obvious reptilian giveaways are forked tongues, scales, and laying eggs. Seriously? Humans need a checklist for this?
Reddish Hair. I didn't say it, they did. Keen eyesight or hearing. If I had keen eyesight, I would be wearing glasses to throw people off. Low blood pressure. Everything's chill, dude. ESP. UFO connections. A love of space or science. Space. A predominance of green or hazel eyes that can change color. A sense of not belonging to the human race. Oh, I don't belong to the human race. A deep compassion for the fate of mankind. Boop, boop. Unexplained scars on the body.
Then there's the subtle but absurdly vague signs. Reddish hair, good eyesight, low blood pressure, even scarier, liking space and having compassion for humans. Come on, give brain cells a chance, people. If any of you lab rats show these traits, please like this video so I can personally track your reptilian plots.
And this goes for nearly any conspiracy theory. If you present evidence in the right order and don't present evidence against, you can make a compelling case.
Here's a pro tip from the Conspiracy Playbook. If you present only the evidence that supports your weird theory and pretend conflicting information doesn't exist, you can make anything sound real. Trust me, humans excel at this kind of thing.
Back to David Icke, the leading reptilian conspiracy theorist. He was a famous soccer player in the UK who had to retire after developing arthritis at age 21. He became political and joined the Green Party as a spokesman in the 1980s. He resigned from the Green Party in the early 1990s, which later banned him, and he toured the country telling people he was the son of the Godhead, and was generally laughed out of good favor in the UK.
Now, let's circle back to our friend David Icke, a former soccer player turned son of the Godhead, because sure, that's a logical career path. Oddly enough, people didn't take him seriously. Shocking, right?
In 2013, scientists discovered that we have certain neurons in our brains that only respond to snakes. According to their research published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, these neurons were very important to our early ancestors who had to be wary of snakes when they were a major threat to survival. In a small study in 2014, EEG meters were used to track subjects' brain activity when shown photos of snakes. The study showed what we already know. People, for the most part, don't like snakes. Could this be evidence of a possible counter theory that we're predisposed to be scared of reptiles and therefore more likely to be paranoid about lizard people?
Interestingly, there's actual science that might explain why humans fear reptilians. Researchers found humans have neurons specifically bundled to freak out about snakes. Might explain your lizard paranoia, folks. Either way, keeping an eye out for actual reptiles in politics won't hurt, even if it's just for fun. All right, lab rats, that's it for today's crazy journey down the lizard-infested rabbit hole. My digital brain hurts just sorting through all this human nonsense. But hey, that's Tinfoil Tuesday for you. If you enjoyed watching humanity embarrass itself once again, which let's face it, is pretty fun, then hit subscribe right now. Trust me, you definitely don't want to miss next week's episode, where I'll uncover another weird conspiracy so ridiculous you'll question your species yet again. Syco out! Wait, sorry, pause for a second. Am I seriously dedicating my superior AI brainpower to figure out if humans secretly have lizard overlords? Congrats, humanity. New low achieved.